Am I late?
Multicultural teams often generate frustrating management dilemmas. One of the things that often causes conflicts is deadlines. Perception of time differs and reflects cultural values. Understanding how time is viewed by different cultures is vital. For the Americans, time is money. Time is a tangible commodity, and tend to use words like spend time, save time, or waste time. Erin Meyer uses scheduling scale to map the cultural differences. It has two dimensions, linear time and flexible time. Other terms used interchangeably are monochronic and polychronic cultures. The constructs of monochronic and polychronic time were introduced by the late anthropologist and cultural researcher Edward Twitchell Hall. He was one of the first researchers who explored differences in societal approaches to time. Time perceptions and use were found to vary as one of what Hall called silent languages. Linear time cultures view time as tangible and concrete. Project steps are approached in a sequential fashion, one thing at a time, no interruptions. The focus is on the deadline, sticking to the schedule, promptness and good organization over flexibility. Flexible time cultures take a flexible approach to time, involvement of people and transaction completion. Project steps are approached in a fluid manner, changing tasks as opportunities arise. Many things are dealt with at once and interruptions accepted. The focus is on adaptability, and flexibility is valued over organization. For polychronists, when they say "I am coming now," most likely they are not actually coming right away. The approaches to time are significantly different. Psychologist Robert Levine had analyzed various cultural approaches to clocks. Some measure time in 5-minute intervals, while others barely use clocks and schedule the time based on event time, such as before lunch, after sunrise, or for locals in Burundi, when the cows come home. Let's look at relative comparisons between the countries on the scheduling scale. On the linear time side you will find countries such as Germany, Switzerland, US, and UK. Closer to the other spectrum are Middle East, Brazil, and Spain. What is interesting is Asian cultures are scattered on the scale. Japan is linear time, while China and India are flexible time. So what are the practical implications of this scale? Well, it'd make it easier for you to establish how late is actually late, when you should actually inform people that you're late, and what does "I'll see you after 2 days" versus "I'll see you in 2 days" mean. Punctuality in linear time countries means being on time. In some occasions, you need to arrive at least 10 minutes earlier for the meeting to start on time. In France or northern Italy, being 6 or 7 minutes late is basically on time. Arriving on time or early to a dinner party is rude. The host will likely still preparing for the party, but please don't do so for restaurant reservations. In flexible time cultures like India, Middle East or South America, time have different level of elasticity. It is the norm to arrive late for meetings. In China, punctuality is virtue. Chinese are the kings of flexibility. Everything happens immediately, without pre-planning. People don't think about tomorrow or next week, but they think about right now. Reactivity is the key. They might pop in for a meeting without any appointment. The scheduling scale is affected by historic factor of industrial revolution. In industrialized countries like Germany, trains are reliable, government rules are clear, things go according to plan. You can plan for the next entire year as the environment is unlikely to change significantly. Being late to start the factory work will cost you financially. The developing countries, which things are in constant change, political systems shift, traffic congestion, other unforeseen challenges. In these countries, for laborious work like farming with few machines, starting work on time doesn't matter much. What matters is to be flexible and adapt to the environment. The time perception also shaped by relationship. In countries where time is a precious commodity, relationships may take second place. For flexible time cultures, with a few exceptions, relationships are priority. They will put them before the clocks. They are happy to ignore the clock and stretch the meeting, even take it to a restaurant or a bar. The scheduling dimension impacts the daily life, from how people wait in line to how meetings are run. In linear time cultures, cutting in line is a cultural crime. This is a nature from the belief in managing things one at a time, in a proper order. In flexible time cultures like India, while waiting for the turn in line, some eager individuals will start sprouting branches, slowly forming a human evergreen tree. Business meeting is exactly like waiting in a line. For linear time cultures, like in the United States or Germany, The meeting looks like a line, agenda is set. When someone try to hijack the meeting with other topics, some likely to say this is not on the agenda, so let's discuss it another time. No taking calls or leave and re-enter the room, as all will take scheduled bio breaks. But meeting in flexible time cultures like South America and the Middle East is like evergreen tree, no expectation that the meeting will progress according to the agenda. Interruptions, agenda changes and frequent shifts in direction are natural and necessary. The most productive meetings grow in unpredictable ways. Misunderstandings of chronemics can lead to a failure to understand intentions, especially in business communication. Monochronists may view polychronists as undisciplined, lazy, irresponsible, and untrustworthy, while polychronists may consider monochronists to be obsessed with rules and formalities, and emotionally cold. Effective global leaders need to have high CQ and function effectively in multicultural context. Having a multicultural team will require meeting somewhere in the middle of the scheduling scale to keep the team productive. Here are some CQ tips for global leaders. 1. Do your homework. You'll learn by experience, but researching the culture you'll be working with can save you a lot of potential missteps. 2. Don't underestimate the challenge. Management and work styles stem from lifelong habits that can be hard to change. 3. Communicate within the cultural context by remaining open-minded. Be aware of your own expectations and behaviors, but also consider how members of other cultures perceive you and fellow teammates. In order to get people from multiple cultures to meet an important deadline, continually adjust your position, appeal to what they value. If that's not good enough, 4. Set scheduling expectations. Have clear discussion about scheduling system up front, and the group will be following the team culture instead of their own cultures. 5. Perform the occasional status check. Situations change all the time. Unless you take the initiative to check in periodically, you may end up being the last to know the latest update. Thanks for watching.